back to the Wrestling Rundown, episode edition, week number 76.
I'm glad you guys came back.
Welcome back. Welcome to the midweek wrap-up, and we're going to see if WWE can keep up its weird-ass,
week.
Whatever the fuck they're doing. Let's see if it continues.
I'm hoping it's just a phase. Maybe they'll grow out of it.
Well, let's talk about main event, where we open up with Titus O'Neil versus Stardust. With no Ascension and Darren Young on commentary.
Yeah. WWE, they're pushing that Mr. O'Neil.
They're trying. I mean, it's actually working, which is kind of bothering me. I guess it doesn't bother me. I just don't feel like he's a strong singles competitor.
Stardust could not find a cure for hepatitis O'Neil.
No, instead he walked away and lost by countout.
Yeah.
And Darren Young was really into turnips.
Mm-hmm. It was turnip time.
Well, let's keep this this train going. It's
time to get some turnips.
Well, we'll have speaking of turnips, food, we're going to have a rematch. Well, kind of a rematch. I guess a match out of what happened on Weird Ass Monday Night Raw. We have Ryback versus Heath Slater.
And Heath Slater just dominated Ryback.
Yeah, he had a flurry. He had some good kicks. He sent Ryback shoulder first into the post. And then he jumped off the top.
Buster.
Yeah, jumped off the rope, got spine buster, got meat hooked, and then got shell shocked, and Ryback won. Then we move on to Rusev's first main event match since returning from injury, and he took on Zack Ryder. And
match of the year candidate.
Yeah. Zack Ryder did have a lot of really good offense on this.
I like that Rusev. Every time Rusev and Zack Ryder fight, they give Zack Ryder a lot of offense.
Yeah, he tried. He was in control for a lot of the match. Ended up setting up Rusev and was hitting the 10 punch. Rusev was able to slide out from the corner and actually push Zack Ryder's legs through the ropes, then give him a big kick to the back, and then locked in the accolade. And Zack Ryder tapped out.
Surprise, surprise.
Then we main evented with the ladies as Brie Bella took on the Divas champion Charlotte. This match was actually really good.
Yeah.
This is why I want Brie to go off and do her own thing, because she's the stronger wrestler.
Well, right now she gets to do her own thing.
Thank God.
Because
she didn't have Alicia Fox out there with her, though.
Because Nikki's hurt.
Good. Sorry. I don't mean that. I kind of mean that, but
That's like Nikki Bella is your Sheamus.
I think we've had this conversation. Nikki Bella is my Sheamus.
Yeah. Because you were just talking about, I think when we were talking about Raw, that you hate people, but not to the same level I hate Sheamus, where I wish ill things upon them. But you just expressed happiness in the fact that Nikki Bella is injured.
Does that make me a bad person?
That means it's still real to you, damn it.
Goddamn right. No, Brie and Charlotte had a fantastic match. Charlotte was about to pick up the win. She was just on a big old tirade, hit the spear, and then there was a distraction from Paige with a definitely overdubbed theme song. But she was already halfway down the ramp when the music started, and Charlotte realized she was there, but that allowed Brie to roll Charlotte up and pick up the win over the Divas champion. So I'm thinking, Monday Night Raw, Brie gets a title match.
Wouldn't be shocked. Would be a little excited. It would be a good match.
I think so too.
Just judging off of what they did.
Yeah. That was it for main event. We're gonna take a little bit of break before we hit NXT.
Good, because I was fucking exhausted after that.
Well, we're gonna.
I had so much input.
So much to talk about. No, we are. We're gonna talk about some injuries here, because
this is a little injury update on some of the people who've been out of action for a while.
So for an update on Cesaro, he has a fully torn rotator cuff.
Which was surgerized.
Yeah, he had surgery on the 23rd. and he is out for 4 to 6 months. Apparently, he hurt his shoulder earlier in the year and wrestled through it and lifted weights on it, which completely destroyed it. So he's out for the rest of the year and possibly missing WrestleMania. Let's see. Randy Orton, who's out with a shoulder injury, once that is fully recovered, he then has to have surgery on his neck.
You know,
he has like bone chips in his neck that he has to clear out.
I bet Cesaro got hurt so him and Tyson Kidd could come back at the same time.
He hurt his shoulder on purpose?
Mm-hmm. That's the kind of partner Cesaro is.
All right. Let's see. ZZ got injured at the Performance Center today. He will be out of action for up to 6 weeks. And then one more, I guess this is not really an injured wrestler, but the guy who got shot at the Performance Center has survived his gunshot wound. He is out of critical condition, and he will be in court in February facing charges of aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, resisting arrest, and trespassing, and he pled not guilty. You're gonna lose, bro.
I'm gonna say there's the tragic news that broke, and I know it's sweeping the nation, and everyone is just so downtrodden.
I thought we weren't gonna talk about this.
I know it makes us emotional, but I think it's just something we can't ignore.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Earlier, WWE released Brad Maddox. I'm trying to think in my head, like, why is it, and this is not the first time it's happened, but like, WWE puts somebody on TV for the first time in a long time and then releases
and
them.
then he's gone.
Like, he got to be on Main Event last week, and then...
Yeah. We thought, oh, cool, they're going to do a really cool thing.
What I heard, though, is there's a reason...
Oh, yes.
They were in...
yes.
Somewhere.
It was on the tapings for this week's SmackDown.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was just a live event.
No, it was Tuesday SmackDown tapings. Maddox using the phrase "cocky pricks." Really, bro? And apparently so distraught over the loss of Brad Maddox, Solomon Crowe put in asked for his release from WWE as well. This was more so just a decision on his own, and there's still, there's no bad blood between him and the company, so there is a chance for him to come back.
Yeah.
He knows he's not being used right now, so he's gonna go back, do the indies for a while. So hopefully we can see. We'll probably see Sami Callihan pop up on indie news a little bit, and hopefully we can see Solomon Crowe make a comeback to NXT sometime.
That'd be cool. Yeah. No, the whole thing. I'm a little tiffed about Brad Maddox.
Just because he really didn't get a chance.
Yeah, WWE, I think, dropped the ball with Brad Maddox because I think they just kind of discarded him before they ever gave him anything to run with.
Yeah, he had his whole build up to getting destroyed by Ryback, but then there was nothing after that.
Yeah,
it was.
And I think because this was like right before the big surgence of NXT's popularity when he first started, and he came in interfering on CM Punk's behalf, and doing the whole Ryback screw job, and then getting beat by Ryback, and then later becoming Raw's general manager,
and then getting fired.
I think at the time he was getting overlooked a lot for being the atypical WWE superstar.
So there wasn't anything to really...
he wasn't huge, he wasn't buff. He wasn't...
He was just another guy.
Yeah.
There was nothing about him that stood out.
And then with NXT's big boom of popularity, bringing in all the independent talents who aren't very big...
He probably just got swept under the rug at that point.
Like, I feel like had he been moved down to NXT... he would have done really good things.
Yeah, possibly.
But I just think it was that thing. It was like, at the time when he was there, they just discounted him because he wasn't what they wanted, or wasn't what Vince liked.
Yeah.
And just because of that, they kind of forgot about him.
Yeah.
And I think now would have been the perfect time for him to have some sort of comeback, which it seemed like they were trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, and we even talked
about... He made a good pairing with Adam Rose.
Yeah, we talked about it last week. I thought, the fact that he was being overly aggressive and Adam Rose had to stop him, like, hey, you're going to get us disqualified, I thought that was a really good use of someone who knew that they'd not been used right. They were frustrated, so why not have them come out and voice that frustration on TV and make that the character?
Yeah, I thought it was a lot like they were going to try and capitalize on a storyline we thought was going to happen a couple of years ago with, I think Miz and Dolph Ziggler.
Right.
Where there was the whole disgruntled mid-card storyline.
There was a lot of rumors of that being thrown around. That was...
Because you had those guys like Dolph Ziggler and The Miz, and they were cutting promos about not being used right and not busting their asses but not getting rewarded for it.
And not only that, but at the same time... that was when we were like, okay, well, what's going on with Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Big E? Mm-hmm. Are they going to be a part of it? Because they had just started building what would become the New Day. So yeah, there was a lot of things going around, and I feel like Adam Rose and Brad Maddox were both even though I don't really care for the Adam Rose character that's going on right now, it would have been a perfect fit for a storyline like that.
Yeah, no, I think, and if you could pair them with a lot of the other guys who were on main event,
mm-hmm.
A lot of undercard guys.
Curtis Axel, Heath Slater.
Yeah, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Damian Sandow, Fandango, any of those people.
Yeah.
Zack Ryder, it would have made a good little stable you could have.
Yeah. And right now would have been a perfect time to do something like that with having so many heavy hitters on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of heavy hitters that are on the shelf, Seth Rollins has officially started rehab on his knee, and he is looking to come back to the ring as soon as possible. So, we can only hope that it's sooner rather than later.
Hey, I'm still holding out, man.
Still hoping for Mania?
I'm still holding out for the Shield Triple Threat at Mania.
All right, well.
I think it's fairly obvious that Roman's going to take the title from Sheamus.
Yeah.
I'm
holding. I don't see Sheamus holding it for very long.
I'm keeping my thoughts here. Roman's taking the title from Sheamus. Please hurry up with that.
Yeah.
Please. Time fast forward.
Time go faster, please. Please go faster.
And then Ambrose will win the Royal Rumble. And then Seth Rollins comes back and says, hey, I need a shot to get my championship back. And we have the three-way that everybody's been waiting for.
Let's move on to NXT. Let's talk about some fun stuff. Actually, no, we don't open up with fun stuff because Michael Cole is on NXT.
Yeah, Regal is at home recovering from successful surgery.
Yeah, neck surgery. If you've seen the scar, it's gnarly.
Yeah, it's his secondary neck spinal fusion surgery.
Right.
Which, when you have the secondary spinal fusion surgery, it's basically saying that you're done for good.
Yeah, so don't expect William Regal to get in the ring.
But there's a big but on this one.
Big old butt.
Yeah.
Culture makes a lot, because he likes big butts.
That Regal had said earlier that this surgery was atypical from the usual surgery and could actually let him get back in the ring.
Ooh. All right.
So there is a slight chance, you keep your fingers crossed, that Regal might be able to do a one-off with someone like Finn Balor or Samoa Joe or...
I'd be into that.
Any of those people. Who hit... It was Owens that hit
Owens.
Regal.
I'd watch that too.
He's gone though. He's on the main roster now.
It could happen. So Michael Cole is in charge for the night. He lets us know that the match between Eva Marie and Bayley will happen, because it was never actually officially announced. But William Regal told Michael Cole to let everyone know that will happen, and that will be the main event.
No, Regal did... What Cole said is Regal said no to the Bayley versus...
Really?
Eva Marie
I missed
match.
that part, apparently.
Yeah. No, Regal said that the match wasn't going to happen, but it was WWE's higher-up executives that made the match happen.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. But then he's also there to oversee the contract signing between Finn Balor and Samoa Joe.
And that took all of about 30 seconds.
Yeah, he's about to intro Samoa Joe because he is the challenger, but Finn Balor comes out first and has words for Joe saying,
toaster, avocado, Jiminy Christmas.
Bitch hit me in the face with a toaster?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Finn Balor would say...
I thought he was just giving words. He had words for Joe.
He did. I'm about to tell you those words.
Oh, awesome. Was one of them toaster?
No.
Damn it.
He said that, Joe, you've made me realize that friendship and, true partners are a rarity in this business, and I want you to come out here and look me in the eyes and know that you don't deserve this championship, you don't deserve this shot, but you're going to get it, and I'm going to show you why I'm champion.
Oh, snap. Your hand is glowing like Iron Man.
What?
Your hand is glowing like Iron Man.
Joe makes his way down, and the whole time, Finn is telling him to look him in the eyes.
Yeah.
But he does not. Joe walks down, signs a contract, and leaves.
Yeah.
Like, the most simple contract signing.
That was the most efficiently they've ever had two guys sign a contract ever.
And Finn's frustrated, so he signs it. He's showing everyone the championship. Really trying to. I don't know. He had a lot of aggression that he wasn't able to get out, so he's still frustrated. He walks up the ramp. He gets attacked by Samoa Joe.
There it is.
Joe throws him into the ring. They brawl for a little bit. Referees are trying to break him up, and Joe actually ends up getting Finn in the Coquita clutch and choking Finn out.
So this is the third time now that Samoa Joe's choked out Finn Balor.
Yeah, it's not looking very good for Finn if this is the way things with him and Joe end up. Yeah. Especially with the title being on the line in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of titles on the line, the Vaudevillians got their rematch for the NXT Tag Team Championships as they took on Dash and Dawson. And this match was fantastic.
This was a great match. Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Mechanic hater. What, just because they look like skinnier versions of you? Disgruntled and bald.
Those are his words, not mine. No,
JK.
Both teams were just on
it.
Don't say that.
I only said it because I knew it was going to piss you off.
Oh, you son of a bitch. No, they brought their A game for this match.
Yes.
I think this match was even better than their original title match.
It very well could have been. It was a little bit more fast-paced.
Yeah.
It didn't last as long.
No. And it was the first match of the show, which was interesting.
Yeah.
But we do have the women's championship.
Sandwiched it in a championship sandwich.
But yeah, Aiden English is on the comeback. He is about to win it.
And they worked his arm over for a good portion of the match.
Yeah. He ends up making a tag, Gotch ends up making a tag to Aiden. They go for the Whirling Dervish. Dash is able to dodge the Whirling Dervish. They took out Simon Gotch. And Aiden tries at 2 different times to roll up Dash. And he can't do it. And the second one is like a sunset flip. Mm-hmm. And as he's trying to roll Dash up, Dawson gets the tag in.
Blind tag.
He ducks Aiden ends up ducking a clothesline from Dash and then gets hit with the Shatter Machine. And Dash and Dawson retain the NXT Tag Team Championships.
Shut up, you Jamook.
Sorry. A fantastic match.
Whatever it is.
Dash and Dawson are proud of themselves. They're heading back up the ramp.
They're celebrating.
And then
Kaz and Enzo pop out of nowhere.
Yeah. And they are none too happy.
No.
And they whoop the fuck out of Dash and Dawson.
Dash and Dawson did try to injure them both.
Yeah, they do.
And that tends to make people none too happy.
So we can probably expect that at NXT TakeOver London, we will have Enzo and Cass getting a tag team title shot against Dash and Dawson.
Please win, Dash and Dawson.
Okay, so...
You guys need to have the titles for a year.
My notes here says Eva sucks dick. That's kind of how I felt about this little promo spot. All we really got out of it was that she has corporate backing, and she had Nia Jax in her corner.
Yes, she sucks Nia Jax's dick. No, the part I actually liked about this is how snobby they're making Eva Marie out to be.
Well,
the fact is that she was in William Regal's office
saying she needed more room to get
ready for the title match. Which she decorated William Regal's office with like balloons and shit, like and all sorts of random stuff. And, like Nia Jax was bringing her presents.
Yeah, she had like a whole bunch of presents, all with the Total Divas logo on them. So yeah, she's really she's milking that reality show bullshit. But yeah, so yeah, she's coming for the title, Bailey. Watch out.
Watch yourself.
Then we had a really cool vignette of Elias Sampson, the Drifter, playing his guitar and singing a song.
Yeah.
I hope that is an original song that he wrote, and like that's something that we could get. Like I imagine this being his gimmick, that every time he's going against someone, he comes up with another song with just a couple lines, just to. I feel, if you've seen the movie The Punisher, it's when he's in the diner and the guy comes in and sings the song In Time.
Yeah.
And saying that he wrote it for the Punisher and he's going to sing it at his funeral. I want that to be Elias Sampson's gimmick. I think that would be fantastic. I thought this was just a really cool, really simple vignette. It was just him in black and white and then in the shadows playing guitar and singing the song. And it was a little foreboding. I liked it.
Yeah, can I skip this tiny bit ahead?
Sure. Since
we're on the topic of vignettes.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn.
Oh shit!
Returns
sometime.
I hate when they do that.
Just return. Well, no, I think that
they do that a lot. And for some reason, it's like a lot of stuff like, okay, Apollo Crews vignette that says, oh, he's debuting at Takeover.
Yeah.
But then, like, randomly, people will get vignettes that are like, they're debuting, or, so-and-so coming soon, or so-and-so returns.
Yeah.
But, like, fucking when?
Well, we can rest assured that Sami Zayn is returning sometime.
Eventually.
That does kind of throw, something that me and Thomas were talking about after we finished recording Raw, is that we felt like Sami Zayn didn't really need to go back to NXT. He could have taken this injury and just showed up on the main roster. I feel like there's really nothing left for him to do down in NXT.
I think he's gonna go back for another title run.
Do you see maybe Joe taking the title from Balor and running anything with Zayn?
I don't know about that. But I feel like Zayn is going to be the guy to hang around for a while.
Really?
Yeah. I feel he'd be like the Neville. Neville was around for quite a long time in NXT.
Yeah.
Just based on the fact that I think that there was going to be so much more to the story with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn that got cut off when Sami Zayn got hurt. And I think it eventually would have led back to Sami Zayn winning the championship back. And so I think they're going to give him another run with the title.
I kind of hope it's short, and I would like to see, the fact that, him and Owens have unfinished business, and that Owens took the championship because of the injury that Sami Zayn had. I feel like Sami Zayn just needs to show up on the fucking main roster and go after Owens' Intercontinental title.
That'd be cool.
But
I don't have anything against that idea. Just I think what it is like they have Balor and they have Joe feuding over the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I think what they're realizing is, Owens is up on the main roster. We just lost Tyler Breeze to go up to SmackDown, or show up on SmackDown randomly out of the blue. It seemed like.
Yeah. They kind of need some more star
power. So I think they're
there.
trying to bring and Hideo Itami's still injured.
He should be coming back pretty soon, though.
So they're like, hey, let's put Sami Zayn on because this is another guy that's gonna you know, kapow the crowd.
All right, I'm into it. All right, so
and I want to see Zayn with a lot of these guys that are newish.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we haven't seen Zayn Balor, we haven't seen Zayn Joe, haven't seen Zayn versus Apollo Crews.
Ooh.
You know, all these different things that you could have.
Yeah, I think, with the fact that Hideo Itami should be coming back pretty soon, we're gonna start getting some really cool matchups that we haven't really got to see yet. So
Sami Zayn and a partner versus Jordan Gable.
Oh yes, please. Shit, let's do Zayn and Itami versus.
Go for it.
Jordan and Gable. I'm into
do all of those things.
Do it. So we had the challenge last week from Dana Brooke for a rematch from the last takeover against Asuka.
And Asuka was more than happy to oblige.
But there was some conniving between Emma and Dana. They had some sort of plan. So Asuka comes out. Dana makes her way out, but she stops about halfway down the ramp with a microphone and says, "You know what? I'm gonna come in there. I'm gonna slap you upside your face." Blah blah blah. And she's just distracting her long enough for Emma in a hoodie to attack Asuka from behind. Did this look awkward to you? I felt like it was poorly timed. Maybe it was just me.
Maybe a little bit. What got me is I thought that it seemed a little off that WWE would put, or NXT or WWE in general would put, like a similar thing happening back to back, because it was legitimately just a few minutes beforehand that we had Enzo and Cass pop out of nowhere and attack the mechanics.
And we had Joe attack Finn Balor on the stage.
Yeah, but I feel like, Enzo and Cass popped out of nowhere and they were in plain clothes. They weren't in their gear.
True.
And it seemed like they just came out of nowhere. And then Emma shows up and she's dressed like a normal person.
Except for when she took her hoodie off, she had her wrestling top.
Yeah. So it seems strange that they would have that such a similar thing happen one right after the other.
Yeah. They end up beating Asuka down. They do, Emma gets her in the Emma lock. Dana didn't do shit.
No.
But she walked up the ramp I just broke her. I broke her. No, you didn't fucking touch her. Emma broke her. But she's not broke because she got up, she smiled, and that means you're going to die.
And I'm crossing my fingers for Emma versus Asuka at TakeOver.
That's probably where I kind of want Asuka to have some sort of tag team partner to face Emma and Dana in a tag team match.
That'd be neat.
Or maybe Asuka just whoops the shit out of both of them in a handicap match.
That'd also be neat.
We had Bayley teach us the difference between her and Eva Marie. Is that Bayley's a wrestler.
Red hair.
Bayley's a wrestler.
Eva has red hair.
And Eva Marie is not.
Eva has red hair.
Eva is not a wrestler.
And Bayley has brown hair.
Then we had Apollo Crews take on Jesse Sorensen from TNA. Right? You can call it Fame if you want.
Infamy.
He didn't last very long. Apollo Crews beat him with a really cool, what do they call it? I guess it was, he'd set him up like a back suplex.
Yeah, I'll call it the back suplex clutch into a powerbomb.
Yeah, he had him set up for the back suplex and actually popped him up and around into a sit-out powerbomb, which was a fantastic way to finish that match.
I think it's a much more impactful finishing move than dropping somebody and then moonsaulting on them.
Yes, I agree. And he then accepted Baron Corbin's challenge for a match at TakeOver London.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin would say,
I ignored this part.
He had a good little thing he said, because the interviewer says, how do you feel now that Apollo Crews has accepted your challenge? He goes, oh well, that's fine. He can have his moment right now because his career's not going to be long enough for people to remember him. He's going to be, he's going to end up being that one guy that did that one thing one time.
Oh.
So, Baron Corbin
was one of those promos.
Yeah, Baron Corbin looking to end Apollo Crews real quick.
Well, that's just rude.
Next week, just a couple weeks before NXT TakeOver, we get Samoa Joe, the current #1 contender. He'll be taking on Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that match.
I really hope they keep calling him Tommaso Ciampa. Because the nameplate on the Versus screen just said Ciampa.
Well, like they said Tommaso Ciampa. So.
I know, but that doesn't mean anything.
No, I'm really excited for that one. I just hope that it's actually a match.
Well, no, that's
Tommaso doesn't get jobbed out.
You know, he will to an extent.
Well, I know Tommaso's gonna lose, but I hope he doesn't like just completely get demolished by Joe. I want it to be a good match.
I think that there's a good chance that he'll get offense, just based off of the fact like when Joe first showed up and had 2 or 3 matches in a row with the lower card guys. He had Scott Dawson right away.
Yeah.
He had Martin Stone, I think. Had a couple matches with the lower undercard guys of NXT.
Right.
And they all got offensive spots.
Yeah, Joe's not the guy.
He's not selfish. On the other hand, this being a heel Samoa Joe leading into the title match, trying to look super strong because yes, he did just choke out the NXT champion 3 weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that it's going to be
real quick.
Tommaso Ciampa getting run over. All the way Samoa Joe did for his entire first year in TNA.
Yeah. Well, we can hope. I'm still really interested in the match. I'm excited to see it. Then we go on to our main event where Charles Robinson has actually been called down to NXT to oversee the match because management knows that Eva Marie's kind of gotten away with some wins here and there because of some shady officiating.
Yeah.
So, senior official
shady
Charles
officiating is corporate code for she blows the referees.
She's a ring rat.
What's her name from Tough Enough? Who said that about Sarah?
Yeah, Amanda.
Can we bring her up and have her do that storyline, but just with Eva Marie?
No, because I don't want to see Amanda on NXT. She'll be there eventually. She's training at the Performance Center.
Yeah, I just, you know, the shock value, because I watched that clip just when I heard what happened, and the shock value on all 3 of the judges' faces. And like Daniel's like this, and Paige is like wide-eyed, and the Miz is actually like leaning over the table.
Oh man. All right.
No, I think if she were to come out on NXT TV program and call out Eva Marie and call her a ring rat, I think that would be the funniest thing in the world. Except I wouldn't even call her a ring rat. She's a ref rat.
That too.
I don't even know if that's like a same. Can it be considered the same category, or is that just like?
Yeah, because all the referees are trained to bump and everything. So technically, they're wrestlers.
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
Drake Younger was a wrestler.
He was.
So,
he wasn't in. That was another thing that throws me off is that Drake usually officiates the NXT Women's Championship matches.
This one was specifically. It was this referee that's been kind of the referee. I hope this referee gets put into whatever fucking storyline they're gonna do with Eva Marie, because if he ends up being like,
be careful, referee, don't get Brad Maddox. He came in as a referee.
All right, let's talk about this match. It didn't suck.
No. Like Eva usually does to the referees.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely wasn't Eva Marie's lips wrapped around a dick.
It was Eva Marie's best outing.
Yes.
Which, you know,
Bailey made her look good.
Low standards that we're judging it to.
Yeah,
because I realize this is now the 3rd time I've said this is Eva Marie's best outing.
And this one legitimately was.
Well, it's, you know, it's the fact that she's coming out, she's taking baby steps.
Yeah, the only real thing that we critiqued while watching the match was that she seemed like she was just kind of doing stuff.
Yeah, it seemed like she was going over something that was very rehearsed.
Yeah.
So it didn't seem fresh, it didn't seem new, it seemed like, okay, these are the steps. Okay, I'm supposed to do this now, and then I'm supposed to walk over here and do this move.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to sit here and wait for you to get up. kind of thing. She just doesn't come off as a wrestler. She comes off as a trained person to do wrestling moves.
But we did say when they were doing the announcements of the match, they do the spotlight thing, which I'm glad they're still doing. That's really cool. So they did this, and she personifies what a female wrestler should look like. Like, she looks the part, she just can't finish it. Like,
I bet she finishes it.
We're not talking about the referees anymore.
Oh.
No, what did you? She was
all style, no substance.
There we go. Yeah, no, she has a great look. She's gorgeous. She just can't get it done in the ring. She's missing something. She's missing. I guess what you're saying, that organic organic feel in the ring.
It goes back to me to what Bayley was saying in her promo.
Is that Bayley's a wrestler and Eva Marie is not?
Eva's not a wrestler, and it shows.
Yeah.
You know, I look at it the same way Kelly wasn't a wrestler.
Yeah.
You know?
She just kind of went through the motions.
Trish Stratus wasn't a wrestler.
Trish Stratus became a wrestler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, these people came in, and when they first, like, they came in as, like, managers.
Yeah.
Or as Kelly came in as a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
Trish Stratus came in as a manager. And when they first started wrestling, they sucked donkey balls. But eventually, they got better.
Yeah.
You know, and they both became credible in-ring competitors.
Yeah, and you know, and so, someone like Kelly, sure, she wasn't the greatest in the ring, but she was at least at a point where I'd rather watch her wrestle than Eva Marie try to wrestle.
Yeah, so, you know, that's what I always say is I always have that, I want to hope that she's going to get better because I've seen it happen with my eyes.
Yeah.
You know, Kelly, Trish Stratus, they got better. But then you have a lot of people who don't.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Stacey you know, nothing against Stacey Keibler, but she was always god-awful.
Oksana never went anywhere with, like, her claim to fame was sexy crawl and pin the girl.
Yeah, I give that to Maurice. Maurice was another one who I think...
Maurice at least had a finish. I don't even remember what Oksana's finisher was.
Bear-hugged people, I'm pretty sure.
You sure?
And she bear-hugged people, and I think she had a backbreaker. I think she did the over-the-shoulder backbreaker move. Because she was a powerlifter.
I don't remember that.
No, yeah, I think Oksana is better than Maurice. Yeah, Maurice is one I had a really hard time watching, especially after they put the belt on her.
Yeah, well, they haven't made some great decisions with that Divas title, so, especially early on. But anyway, this match almost ended real quick.
Early on, as in, like, the design of the title?
Yes. No, this match almost ended real quick because
about
Bayley gets...
2 minutes in, there's a hugplex.
Yeah, Bayley gets hugplex out of nowhere, hits it, ref goes down for 2, and Nia Jax ends up pulling the referee out onto the ramp.
Wrist first.
So a couple referees end up coming out, checking on him.
You got the Mr. Kennedy injury.
And
careful, now you're gonna get fired.
So as that referee's being taken away, you know, to be checked on. This is actually
that's a double whammy.
What?
He's got the potential to get Mr. Kennedy and Brad Maddox.
Jesus. Ken Maddox.
It's just a recipe for getting fired.
This distracts Bayley enough for Eva to go for a roll-up. Charles Robinson gets in. He's now the official referee. Yeah. Gets a 2 count. Bayley kicks out.
I love that Bayley looked so offended. Like, Bayley got up and looked like, referee, why would you pin? Why would you count when my shoulders were down, ref?
Why would you do that, senior official referee? So they fight a little bit more.
I thought we were friends, Chuck.
I
hope that Bayley calls him Chucky Bro.
Probably not. Chuck ends up getting a fucking...
You called him Chuck. Good.
You got it in my head now. Charles Robinson, Little H, ends up getting the biggest shoulder block from Eva Marie ever. And he Ziggler's that shit. He sold that like a motherfucker. and he's done at this point.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, it was devastating. Because, you know, even the tiniest nudge will knock a referee unconscious.
Yeah. We're
so
surprised.
a shoulder block, man, that sent him out of the ring.
Yeah. Eva ends up getting up to the top rope, and I don't know what the fuck she was going for, but Bayley ends up stopping her.
She hit her once.
Tries to go for a hugplex, but she ends up getting dragged off of the second rope and out of the ring by Nia Jax. And then Nia gets up on the apron, she's checking on Eva, who's still sitting on the top rope.
Yeah.
She's like knocked out.
That one forearm is a doozy.
She's not moving. Nia's like, come on, you gotta move. You're all right.
Bayley's like,
whoop. Yeah. Bayley grabs both of Nia's
pull the rug
feet.
out from under her.
Nia whacks her face on the apron. Bayley gets back in, jumps up to the second rope, and hits a hugplex from the second rope, and pins Eva Marie with the returning referee who got the wrist injury earlier. He counts to 3, and Bayley retains the NXT Women's Championship. Good moment for her. Eva's knocked out, and then Nia Jax gets in, drops a big leg on Bayley, then grabs the title, drops another leg on Bayley, and I think Nia Jax is gunning for that title because she saw it that one time when Alexa dropped it, and she thought it looked pretty, and now she wants it.
Spoiler alert.
Beep. Somebody just die?
I bleeped it out so nobody could hear what I was saying because I didn't want to spoil it for the crowd.
Gotcha. All right.
The audience watching at home.
Yeah.
But you totally understood everything I was saying.
No, I get it. Yeah. And it should be interesting.
Yeah.
That's it for the midweek wrap up. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and click all those links down in the description. Because we got Facebook, we got Twitter, we got Tumblr, we got Instagram, we got Reddit, and we got 2 emails. And for those of you
to SoundCloud,
for those of you watching on the YouTubes, check out that SoundCloud. Listen to us podcast style.
Like a cloud made of sound.
Also, check out the Facebook and the Instagram. We've started weekly pictures. Doing Man Crush Monday. We did Tag Team Tuesday. We've done Women Crush Wednesday. We got all kinds of stuff coming. Check out what we've been doing. We appreciate it.
Disclaimer: I am not in charge of Man Crush Monday.
But you will be eventually. I think you get next week's, actually.
Are we rotating?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just thought we were sticking with you do one, Thomas does one, I do one.
No.
We are sticking with it.
We are going to rotate.
Okay. That seems more fair, I guess.
Yeah. And that way everybody eventually gets to do one. But yeah. So check out those pictures. Like them. Comment on them. Share them. Tell us who you like. And down in those comments, tell us what you thought about the midweek. What do you think about all these people getting injured? We got like half the roster on the shelf right now.
The A-list is out of injury.
It's time for the B-plus players, Daniel Bryan, to move on up and start doing some shit.
Yeah. Also the fact that like Cena is taking time off.
Yeah. No, this is
that's like another.
This is a really weird time in WWE. Like there are so many people down. So yeah, it's time. It's time for someone to step up and fucking, I don't know, stone cold their way through into something. Like, this is the time. Do it now.
Dean.
Yeah.
New Day.
I think New Day's already there.
Yeah, that's true.
They're like the A++ of the tag team division.
Ascension.
No. They got Usos, they got Lucha Dragons, they got New Day, they got it's too many things. Thanks for watching. Check out that playlist if you're watching on the YouTube.
Neville, who just beat Mark Henry.
There you go. If you're listening to the podcast, check out the other podcast, because we got Survivor Series review, we got Raw review.
We do.
Coming up next will be SmackDown Rundown.
The Smack Deezy Run Cheesy.
And then we will have our indie news as per usual. So check out all those. Good Lord, I don't know what that is. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next, or whatever podcast you want to listen to next. Bye.
Dirty, dirty, dirt.